Whew. Okay, no fancy editing today, guys. I want to get into this purely factual information for you guys because I've been asked to respond to something. One of the great followers of this channel and a Speediance user and huge help in the Speediance user community. Forgive me, I'm really tired today. Just a heads up, I'm really tired today. I just got finished doing like a 45-minute travel video for my other channel. So I am exhausted. This is not just a plug. I'm probably not even going to edit this out. I'm really tired. Anyway. Whew. Okay. Kevin Lobo. Fantastic human being from what I can tell. Don't know him in person. Nothing but intelligent, helpful, wonderful person from what I can see. Talking to me. Do you believe Speediance is still the better product compared to Tonal? Given the feedback from Earl Orlando, I responded with, I think that this will be great content to do a video on. So here's the video, and I'm doing this response for anyone who is curious as to my thoughts. Before we move on any further, I just want to thank Mueller Sports for sponsoring this video, but more about Mueller Sports later. In this thread, I will try to link it in the description if I can. There was a post talking about how someone got only 2 months out of their rowing bench before one of the pegs broke. Apparently, there's been a lot of different types of failures when it comes to Speediance. Now listen, Speediance has been around for a couple years. I have asked other people in the past before I ever owned a Speediance, what do you think of the machine? And I've had people say I've owned the machine for like 2 years, I've owned the machine for a year, zero issues, zero problems. Of course, you're going to have different users using these machines. So one person is going to use it harder than another, one person is going to be heavier than another, one person is going to be treating it like garbage, one person is going to be, babying it. You're going to have all these different things. Am I saying that the Speediance Gym Monster or whatever, any machine that they come out with, am I saying that these machines are going to be faultless? I've never once said that. In fact, I've specifically said in probably, I don't even know how many videos, as long as the machine doesn't break. That's the same line that I've used with my Tonal. Back when I had my Tonal, I used to tell you guys the same thing. This machine is amazing as long as it doesn't break. I've also said that it's only a matter of time until something breaks. Because of course, one of the downsides with an electronic gym, at-home gym, is that it will break. Something will break. It will never be as reliable as dumbbells or free weights. Even gym equipment in gyms, like, a chest fly machine, those break and you have to replace the lines. Stuff happens. And this stuff is technology. So you're going to have computers literally in the machine. So of course these machines will break. So it's not if it will break, it's when it will break. And when it breaks, it comes down to how the company handles the situation. That's the first thing that I want to say, okay? The second thing I want to say is I was given this machine, the Speediance, I was given it by the company. The third thing that I want to say is that I've had zero issues with it so far. I have had an error code at one point, but that error code was simply fixed by turning the machine on and turning the machine off. So I've had no problems as of yet, okay? But I was sent the same machine that you guys have, whether you bought it or whether you were sent it. I have the same machine. They didn't send me some special machine that works all the time and has no problems. No, it's the same machine, right? There's no way they can only send out good machines to their influencers and bad machines to their customers. And why would they ever want to do that? So I've seen people speculate on that, and it doesn't make sense to me. This machine, if and when it does break, I will let you know what broke and how we go about fixing it. So again, it comes down to how the company will handle the fixing of the machine, how the company will handle the emails, how the company will do whatever it is they need to do for their customer. Now, something called my attention while I was reading through these comments. Kyle Jaden, another very valuable customer of Speediance and very valuable Facebook member, he mentioned that he would never go with Tonal because within this thread, people are saying, should I go with Tonal? Should I go with Gym Monster? I'm afraid of going with Gym Monster now because of all these problems. Should I go with Tonal? Kyle says, I would never go with Tonal. That company's a hot mess. You're paying thousands of dollars to own it and then $800 a year to use. 100% I agree with Kyle's thoughts there. Tonal is in a very scary place, and I've done videos talking about that scary place to warn you. To warn you. Because I don't want you to make a mistake. I sold mine. Okay? And for anyone out there who wants to say, you loved it when you had it, I complained about it all the time. Watch the videos. Yeah, you know nothing. I don't know how many hundreds of videos I've made about that machine, so clearly you've only seen a small portion. Because I said great things up to a point, and then I started to tell you the bad that I started to experience about the company. We'll get into more later. But anyway, the point is Kyle's right, in my opinion. I tried to tell you guys the same thing. That company is so unsure at this point that I would not recommend you go with them. Okay? The company. I never said the machine wasn't good. Never said the machine wouldn't work. People always misconstrue that. Nobody has any idea that when I say the company is bad, that I'm only talking about the company. Never said the machine was bad. The machine is amazing. Okay? All right. Kyle also mentions, this is important, I'm on my second Gym Monster. Now, I don't know why he's on his second Gym Monster. I can only assume maybe the first one broke and they sent him another one, okay? That's an assumption. I've learned a lot over the past few months about how the company does business. Here's an example. Go to their website, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see hundreds of fake reviews. Those are all fake. They take customer posts from this group, the Facebook group, and create a fake review in their name. They assign all of them a 5-star rating, and all of this without the consent or knowledge of the customer. They did the same thing with their squat belt. I'm sorry, I'm getting really tired. They did the same thing with their squat belt, created 5-star fake reviews in my name, and I don't even own their belt. And keep in mind, he shows the picture. Kyle Jaden, 5-star review. You can see it. I'm not going to be heavily editing this video because I want to get it out to you, okay? So if the reviews are there on the Facebook page when you want to check them out. I was unaware completely that these fake reviews existed. I've heard things about fake reviews in the past, but I always chalked it up to being just not true because I never personally saw them until he pointed out how to find them. I don't believe that Kyle is lying. Kyle is a very zealous Speediance user. He seems, from what I understand, to love his Gym Monster, or at least really like it, right? He's always posting about it. He's got really cool stuff to say about it. Very intelligent, very well-spoken gentleman, from what I can tell, okay? So I don't believe Kyle is mistaken by that, especially when that's his review. That is something that is inexcusable. If the company is doing that, which they seem to be, I can't definitively say that the company did that. I can't say who in the company did that. I can't say, because the company is a company, right? There's lots of people in the company. There's different departments in the company. The people I've dealt with from Speediance have been great. I've never had any problems with them. And I've said since day one, as long as the machine lasts, then it's great. And as long as when something goes wrong, the company helps you, then it's great because something will always go wrong. Something will always go wrong, okay? How will the company help you? Fake reviews, inexcusable, okay? So the company should, as they were called out on in the Facebook group, they should respond to that 100%. Earl, this is Earl's comment. I bought a Speediance through Amazon, but it failed in the second week, okay? Failed in the second week. I'm glad I returned it and purchased a tonal. I'm super happy. All right, I'm going to break down his huge comment into sections. You look at my tonal videos, and you're going to see me talking a whole bunch of good stuff about it. You're also going to see a whole bunch of people in the comments saying, I bought a tonal, and I've only had it for 2 days, and the arm broke. I've had it for 2 days, and something snapped. The pulleys won't go back in. The motor is fried. You look at my videos and you will see those comments, and I respond to them saying, wow, I am so sorry to hear that. That hasn't been my experience. I owned the tonal for like 2 years and had no problems at all. Because I never did. I never had one problem with the machine, not one. I sold that machine in perfect condition, 0 issues at all. But you'll have people who say, oh yeah, I've only had it for a week and already this is happening. It fell off my wall. It fell on me while I was training. Yeah, those reviews exist. So Earl's experience so far with tonal has been great. That's great. Until something not great happens. Hopefully nothing bad happens, okay? But I'm just telling you the truth about the reality of what is at-home fitness tech, okay? Here we go. I'm glad I returned it and purchased a tonal. I'm super happy. It's more expensive, but the quality can't even compare. I've already told you guys that the tonal's software and the tonal's actual build quality, the materials that tonal uses are superior. Okay? This is public knowledge from the videos that I've made and the comments that I've made about the Gym Monster. But I've always said that the Gym Monster and the Gym Pal gets the job done, and they get the job done cheaper, and they also have a lot of valuable things about them that the tonal does not have, such as the ability to move it around, which is like you can't even put a price on that. Because they're going to charge you minimum $500 to take it off your wall, to put it on your wall, then take it off your wall, to move it to another area, to put it back on your wall. The charges just rack up and rack up and rack up. Okay, so not only is the tonal more expensive in general, but also all the hidden costs that you don't even know you're going to experience yet. All of a sudden your landlord says, hey, I'm not renewing your lease. Happened to me. And now all of a sudden, not only do you have to worry about finding another apartment, but you have to worry about moving the tonal, paying them to move it, them coming and not having a box to put it in, telling you that they can't transport it without the box, and that you, the customer, are required to have the box. And then when they come to bring it to your new home, they tell you they can't put it on the wall because Home Depot is closed and they don't have the screws. And then you're over here trying to work and be at your job and focus on working on live electricity to get a customer back on, but you have the tonal people and your wife calling you simultaneously because they don't know where your house is because somehow they got an address in Queens that you're not even like connected with, and you live in Brooklyn. And so you're trying to juggle your life, your job, and your stupid tonal move all at the same time, and then you get in trouble at work. Yeah, I put this on a video. I talked about this. You guys can watch it. The video still exists. And guess what? It existed before I knew that the Speediance existed. Yeah. So is that enough evidence that I've been complaining about tonal for longer than I even knew the Speediance existed? Is that enough evidence to show you why when a company such as Speediance shows you even the most minute amount of respect that you're going to automatically be like, wow, I appreciate this company. Because Tonal didn't appreciate me. They screwed my life up. They made me lose a raise at my job and then offered me like a $150 discount. That's the company that Tonal is, okay? And that's the company I told you about before I even knew that the Speediance company or product existed. Forgive me, I'm very tired because again, this is the second video of the day and I'm exhausted, all right? So let's move on with Earl's fantastic experience with the machine. With the machine. Machine, company, two separate things, okay? It's more expensive, but the quality can't even be compared. It's premium, capital letters. I agree. Tonal is premium. Anyone who tells you that the Gym Monster quality, like of the machine, is better than Tonal is lying to you. Certainly that's nothing that I've ever said. But is the Gym Monster quality bad? No. No. Not from my experience so far. The functions like the spotter or eccentric mode are way better. Okay, I don't know how eccentric mode is better. Seems like the same thing to me. But keep in mind that the spotter mode is better. I've actually done a video that I'm waiting to edit talking about the spotter mode on this machine not working properly. Okay? It works sometimes, doesn't work sometimes. The software, as I've said many times, is not up to par with Tonal, but give the company time. That's what I keep saying, because why? They've only been around a couple of years. Tonal's been around for like, I don't know, close to 10 years? If my memory serves me correct, maybe 8 years? They've had a lot of time to do this, okay? So the functions like spotter mode or eccentric mode are way better. The accessories are also in a different league. I would say that the accessories, depending on the accessory, are in a different league. The bench, last time I checked, certainly is not in a different league. I remember getting the Tonal, buying the not mandatory, but mandatory $500 accessories package to get a regular rope. The only premium thing in that package that I remember were the Bluetooth handles that still ended up failing me, and I did a video on that. You guys can watch it. I had to get a new set from the company, and then the new set failed too. But I just lived with it because I didn't feel like dealing with the company. Okay? Did a video on that too. Y'all can watch those videos, all right? And so I didn't find the accessories to be, while they are better quality, I did not find them to be, oh, so amazing. No, this is stuff you could buy on Amazon. Buy a good quality product on Amazon. Is the Speediance quality less than Tonal as far as accessories? Sure is. Sure is less. But that's why I appreciate the company for giving you the free accessory to attach third-party accessories. I appreciate that. I've said that already. They give you, where Tonal charges you to buy the adapters, Speediance gives you the adapters because they probably know that, hey, we're using cheaper hardware as far as the accessories because we want to keep costs down, all right? They're giving you their stuff at a much cheaper discount compared to Tonal. The price cuts got to come in somewhere, okay? I've owned a jewelry company already. I know what it's like to have to make price cuts on certain things, have to make exceptions on certain things. And you can't just have an amazing product at an amazing price with super amazing quality. You can't do it. Where is it coming from? You have to make cuts in certain areas. And I believe that that's one of the areas, the accessories. But they're giving you the adapters so you can buy your own adapters, okay? So I think that kind of levels out there. I think that's very decent of them. This will be a perfect time to remind you guys that along with training, recovery is a huge deal. And that's why you need to check out Mueller Sports. They have a whole array of recovery technology, including the Revive Recovery Care compression technology. That in itself is an incredibly premium product that can help take away your pain. Remember, it can take away your pain, compression therapy. And Mueller does it right when compared to other companies. If you don't believe me, they give you a 90-day return policy on their products. So check out Mueller Sports. There's so much more than just recovery. They have a whole line of products that you can check out and use for post-workout, pre-workout, and recovery needs. Check them out. They will do right by you. Check out the link in the description for a discount on their products. The accessories are also in a different league. You might think the subscription is questionable before buying it, but once you see what it includes, trust me, it's worth it. That is highly subjective. I don't think that what their subscription includes is worth that money. That's my opinion. Of course, I don't necessarily like to use the trainers and stuff like that. You guys know that. I'm a very unique case. But I don't like the fact that they lock you out of having your modes if you don't pay that subscription. Who do they think they are locking you out of having what should be included with the machine? You're not going to have eccentric mode if you decide to cancel that $60 a month. And Orlando, this gentleman, just got the machine. But let me tell you, after 6 months, after 1 year, you are going to get tired of paying that subscription. Why? Well, because you're going to learn how to train if you don't know how to train already. And if you think that these programs are worth having for $60 a month, that means you don't know how to train. No disrespect, that's okay, but you don't know how to train. So you're using their trainers to learn how to train. And once you learn how to train, because that's the goal, right? If you're using trainers forever, well, there's a problem there. So once you learn how to train, which should only take you about 6 months or less, maybe a year, you're going to be like, why am I paying this? And when you cancel it, they're taking away your eccentric mode. They're taking away your classes. They're taking away your this. They take away everything. Okay? So, are you okay with that? Ask yourself that question. When Speediance is doing it for free for now, you can buy the machine, lifetime membership. All right? The training programs are based on science. It has an extensive catalog. Again, that's questionable because I've seen their training, and I certainly don't think it's based on science. They're telling you to do 2, 3, 4 moves in one workout. They're wasting your time. Wasting your time. Oh, big chest day, and they give you 4 different workouts to do on your chest. They're wasting your time. Based on science? I don't know. Like I said, I don't think this gentleman knows how to train. So how's he going to know whether or not they're based on science? I don't know if he's going to know. No disrespect. I'm tired. If I'm coming across a certain way, I'm tired. But let me tell you right now, I don't think they're based on science. I think they have trainers. I think they do their best, and that's it. But I don't think they're anything special. Nope, not at all. In fact, I've recommended my clients, back when I was doing personal training, to train differently, to not use the classes. Why? They beat you around the bush. Why? Because if they teach you how to train properly, you won't need their subscription anymore. Hey, you think about that? You won't need them anymore. They are not going to teach you how to train properly because then you won't need them. You'll cancel your subscription and then you'll be complaining that they took away your eccentric mode. That's the course of events. Don't you understand? Don't you see? Anyway, let's move on. It really keeps... Oh, I'm tired, guys. It really engages you to keep working out with always different programs. The software is incredible. The integration with Amazon Music, Apple Music, all that stuff, top notch. It just works and never fails. I'm glad it's never failed. My tonals locked me out of the machine. It's glitched up on me. It didn't allow me to connect my wearables, okay? Has it really never failed when this guy just bought it? I don't know. Keep that in mind, guys. He just bought it. So far, it's working. It's working until it's not working, and then you're on the phone with customer service for 2 hours, because that's been my life. More than 2 hours. Just to fix the problem. All you want to do is train, and then 2 hours, 3 hours later, you can't even use your machine, and you're on the phone for 3 hours. That's the reality. I've done videos on it. Look at my videos. All right, let's move forward. It has everything and is very well built. I do believe it's very well built to a very large degree. There are some very cheap things about it, but I think most of it, 98% of it, very well built from what you can visually see. Again, I've had people who bought the machine and said, I've owned it for a day, I've owned it for 2 days, a week, and it broke. And now I got to wait for them to come to fix it. I haven't used my tonal in a month. Look up on YouTube. There's other people on YouTube besides me who've complained about it. Look it up on YouTube. Go ahead, type it in. You'll find these people. I'm not gaslighting you. I'm telling you the truth. Look it up, okay? Because I've commented on those videos. I've seen those videos. It just works and never fails. You just bought it, my bro. You just bought it. It's also criticized that it has to be installed on the wall. Yes, rightfully so. Especially when there's companies now who are doing it off the wall. Before, when there was no option, I get it. No one did it better at that point. So on the wall was the way to go. But now, there's no excuse. Put that thing on a stand, Tonal. Stop ruining people's lives over it. You made me lose a raise over it having to be on the wall. Okay? Never compensated for that. It's a lot of money. But come on, who in this world wants to move their workout machine? Well, depends on your circumstance. Okay? Really does depend on your circumstance. Once you have it on your wall and you know you can't move it, you don't even think once, twice, 3 times about moving it because you know there's no chance of it. But there was many times I would sit in my studio and think, oh, I wish I could just take it and put it over here. There have been. But I wasn't able to. Why? Because there was no studs over there. You have to have studs. The wall needs to be a certain thickness. You can't have a wall covering on it. They won't install on certain surfaces. So you have to settle sometimes on where you put it. Maybe for this gentleman, he didn't have to settle, and that's great. But for many people, it will be a consideration. Initially, I thought back in my Brooklyn apartment, why would I ever have to move it? But depending on your circumstance, when it changes, you may think, oh man, I wish I could move this, okay? It's always in the same place and it's more compact. I don't know that it's necessarily more compact. Maybe it's more compact than the Gym Monster, but the Gym Monster has wheels. You could just roll it around. You could push it around. It's so easy. So easy. Even if you need to move it, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Have you moved with it yet? Do you know that it's not a big deal? It was a big deal to me. Just told you before why. So, not a big deal. Take that with a salt shaker. Okay, not a grain of salt, a salt shaker. Not a big deal to move. To who? Are you a stay-at-home mom or dad? Maybe then it's not a big deal. And even then it might be a big deal. Because when you get them coming there, and they're telling you, you were supposed to have a box. And you're like, I threw the box out a year ago. Why would I still have the box? Well, we can't move it without a box. Well, shouldn't you have a box? It's not our job to have a box. When that happens, you tell me it's not a big deal, okay? And you're trying to get into your new apartment, and you got to get out of your old apartment in a certain amount of time, and you got a life, and you got like a wife or kids, or, you know, you just want to have a normal life. Tell me it's not a big deal, all right? Just another stressor involved in the whole process, okay? Even if you want to move, it's not a big deal. I'd say go for a tonal if you can afford it. You'll spend more money, but you'll get a way better product from every single angle. That's his opinion. I don't think from every single angle. No, it's not portable. And it's more expensive, and they take away everything that makes it unique when you stop paying the subscription. You're also dealing with a company who doesn't give a crap about you. All you got to do is look up reviews on Google to see it. On their own website, the Tonal website, you have tons of angry people who are their users leaving comments that I've shown you in other videos, other YouTube videos talking badly about the company. All it takes is some research, okay? So not every single angle. No, certainly not. I'm getting to a point where I'm wondering if this guy's being paid by the company to say this. Because certainly not every single angle, people, okay? The price difference is absolutely worth it. I'd never buy another Gym Monster, but I'd buy the Tonal 1,000 times. Oh, I'm tired, guys. Whew. I don't see a single characteristic that is better in the Gym Monster than the Tonal. Listen, you must have been burned by the Gym Monster if you can say you can't see a single characteristic that's better, because there's so many that are better, and I've talked about them in my previous videos talking about the Speediance Gym Monster. If you guys want to take a look, I don't have the energy to say it, okay? Including the weight, because Gym Monster doesn't pull the weight it advertises. I've heard that that was the case, but I can only assume that it was like some kind of a software issue or something like that. Do you know how many times I've clicked the Tonal on button and the weight didn't come on? Or how many times I'll do a calf raise or I'll do a squat and the range of motion is not correct, and then the Tonal freezes, and then all of a sudden it's not counting your reps, or it's not giving you the full amount of weight, or this or that? So many times that's happened, okay? Maybe you haven't owned it enough or done enough moves to figure that out yet, but that certainly exists, my friend. The next comment after that comment from Orlando is Kyle. And he's saying, I'm happy you found something you appreciate. I shake my head every time I think of Tonal's progressive overload feature, which is great. 100%, which I've mentioned they don't have yet, Speediance. But I do believe they will implement that. Why do I think they'll implement that? The reason why is because they just did 2 updates this month. They made a whole bunch of changes. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. They've made a whole bunch of changes in just this 1 month. In less than a week, they had 2 updates for me. So they changed the layout. They changed a whole bunch of stuff, which I planned on doing a video on very soon. So keep that in mind. Let Speediance catch up, okay? They seem to be an honest company who seems to care. That's been my experience. What about your experience? Let me know in the comments, okay? Chad leaves a comment saying, I still believe Speediance will get there. You guys aren't doing a fair comparison if you consider how many years the different products have been on the market. I doubt Tonal had all these cool features from day one. Absolutely right. Chad, you are 100% right, because when I got the Tonal, I saw those updates and I was like telling people about the updates. Look, they updated. They did it. Of course, time is required. Knowledge is required. Okay? You need that. Kevin Lobo, my man, says, Earl, what are your thoughts on this YouTube video by Joseph? He shows one of my videos called The Downfall of the Tonal Home Gym. I need another coffee before I hit this because I think he leaves a long comment. All right, we are back. Earl Orlando to Kevin. I think Speediance is clearly paying him. The progression of his videos is a combination of the disappointment, quote-unquote disappointment of Tonal, while, quote-unquote, getting in love with Speediance. Okay, we're going to break it down because it's a huge book that this guy wrote, okay? And again, I respect you. That's fine. You can have any opinions you want. I've made plenty of videos about this. Same stuff over and over. This will be, yet again, another video. Hopefully it'll shed more light than previous videos, okay? I think Speediance is clearly paying you. I've already told you guys, Speediance did not pay me in order to do any of the videos that I do. Mueller Sports, however, pays me, okay? I am incentivized by Mueller Sports to make videos, okay? Mueller Sports is, I'm very happy they support my channel. They believe in me, they believe in you guys, and they believe in their own products. They sponsor me, and they incentivize me in order to make videos, okay? When I'm able to make a video and I'm able to talk about their products, other people get to know about their products, they find out how good their products are, and they buy their products. Mueller's happy, the viewers are happy, and I'm happy. Why? Because I get paid by them because I am sponsored to do this content, okay? Speediance doesn't pay me to make videos. I wish they paid me. Speediance, pay me to make videos, please. I will take their money. I will take the money. I would love to take their money. In fact, maybe I should ask them, Speediance, can I make videos and you give me money? I should ask them because that would be so cool if all my videos could be monetized by them, because YouTube certainly doesn't give me a lot of money. And Mueller Sports, even though they're very generous, I don't get a lot of money from them. And I could sure use some more money. So anyway, the progression of his videos is a combination of disappointment with tonal. So he's talking about the progression, okay? Guys, I'll say it one more time because there's a lot of people with hearing loss that watch my videos. I've been talking about the downfall of tonal for like 1.5 years. Real easy to go through my hundreds of videos and see that, okay? Getting in love with Speediance. Well, I can see why maybe you think that, okay, Joe gets a Speediance. Now Joe is talking a lot about the Speediance, and he's bashing tonal. Well, I get asked all the time to compare Speediance to tonal. In fact, on one of my tonal lives, I was told by a subscriber who commented on the live, hey Joe, have you ever heard of the Speediance Gym Monster? And I said, no, I hadn't. That was the first time I ever heard about it. The reason they were asking is because they wanted me to compare it. So as a YouTuber who does workout videos and talking about machines, I get asked questions. So when I get asked questions like, hey Joe, do you think the tonal company is better than the Speediance company? I respond to those questions, and I try to be very, very honest, okay? So you may think, oh, all of a sudden he's talking bad about tonal, and all of a sudden he is talking good about Speediance. Well, I'm comparing the two, so you guys can make an informed decision. I'm letting you know about my personal experience with the company. I'm also updating you guys about the updates, because nothing is static, right? The tonal company is in shambles when compared to what they used to be. Okay? So, I talk about things that are relevant, that people might want to know about when it comes to these products. And I'm also incentivized to make videos because I get paid to make videos by Mueller Sports when I talk about their product. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Joe's making videos because he mentions Mueller Sports. Mueller Sports says, hey Joe, thanks for talking about us. Here's some money. And just in case you're wondering, even though I've made it clear already, I believe in Mueller Sports. They've been very kind, loving, family-owned business where when you call somebody, you talk to a human, they care about your health and they care about your fitness journey. Okay? So before someone says it in the comments, he doesn't even care about Mueller Sports. No, I do. Okay? I only talk about what I believe in. It's been like that since day one. Okay? You don't have to believe me. I care less. I could care less if you believe me. The progression of his videos is a combination of the disappointment of tonal while getting in love with Speediance. His YouTube lives with Speediance are the most biased. The reason why my YouTube lives are the most biased is because I say good things about Speediance, and Speediance tells me not to say bad things about other companies. Okay? They say, Joe, we know you. They've literally said this. We know you want to say bad things about other companies like Vitruvian, like Tonal, but don't. They say just talk about our product. So when I talk about their product, two things happen. One, I'm talking about all the great stuff because it's been amazing to me. The company's been amazing. They actually show me respect and treat me with human dignity that everybody should have. And the second thing that happens is when I talk about their product, they give me the opportunity to sell machines. So when you guys support me by using my link in the video, because I told you all the good things about it that I genuinely believe, not only are you supporting Speediance, you're supporting me because they'll give me 3% of the sale. And I've told you guys this. This is not a secret. I say it on my lives. Use my link, guys. You're supporting me and the Speediance company. That's why the YouTube lives are biased. I'm there to talk about them. I'm not there to talk about anybody else. Of course they're biased. They're a Speediance Live. What do you think? I don't know what people think. I don't get it. It's pretty obvious it's going to be biased. I'm doing it for them. And if you guys use my link, you'll help me get some more money, which I appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. It's not a secret. Okay. I've watched many of his videos and he criticizes things that deserve to be criticized. Well, thank you. I'm glad I criticize things that deserve to be criticized. At least I'm doing a good job. Maybe? I don't know. But are unrelated to the product itself, like the third-party service to move the Orlando. Are you kidding me, bro? He criticized things that deserve to be criticized, but are unrelated to the product itself, like the third-party service to move the tonal from one address to another and the subscription price. Do you guys hear this? You tell me. It's blowing my mind right now. I'm too tired for this. It's blowing my mind. I'm wondering if I'm hallucinating. You're telling me that the company that Tonal exclusively uses to move their machine has nothing to do with the product itself. And you're telling me the subscription has nothing to do with the product itself. Well, first of all, when you buy this machine, you are married to the subscription for a year. You're also married to the fact that they will take everything that the machine has special about it when you stop paying that subscription. You tell me that has nothing to do with the machine? And you're telling me that the company that they choose to use to move the machine has no bearing on the machine. If you want the great machine, you have to use the bad company. Well, in my opinion, those are very, very relevant things. But if what you're trying to say is that the machine's great, but he talks about things that aren't the machine, even though those things directly affect the machine that makes the machine great, right? I've never once said the machine was bad. The one and only criticism I've ever had about the Tonal was that it has to go on the wall. That's the only criticism. I've never said the machine was bad. Never. I'm talking about everything else that affects your life when you buy the machine. Wake up, people. Am I out of my mind? What goes on in people's brains where everything I say goes over their head? Do I have to literally leave a trail of breadcrumbs in every single video for people to understand what I'm speaking in the English language? Is there a barrier here that I'm not seeing? It blows my mind. Anyway, okay. I've watched many of his videos and he criticized things that deserve to be criticized but are unrelated to the product, such as the service to move the thing and the subscription. However, if you watch his old videos, he really talks about the Tonal as a product that he's mesmerized by. Yes, I did. And also told you all the bad things about it. In fact, I think on my 5th Tonal video ever, I was telling you, the machine's amazing, the machine's amazing, but the subscription, you don't need it, you don't need it. You don't need their programs. I was telling you on the 3rd video. Which is why Tonal never gave me any recognition. Tonal never spoke about me. Tonal pretended that I didn't exist. They did. And the reason why is because I told you guys from practically day one, you don't need their programs. You can do it yourself. Okay? He really talks about Tonal as a product he's mesmerized by. Yeah, because it's an amazing machine. But you're neglecting to say all the things that I told bad about. I think maybe on my first month of owning the machine, I did a video saying what the people want to see. Hey, Tonal, this is what the people want to see from your company. And a tier system was in that list, talking for the people, because I saw the comments on my videos. Are you telling me that's not complaining? That's on the first month. You want to talk about my videos, but you don't want to reference all of them, right? Yeah, okay. Well, it's all public knowledge if you want to go look. For anybody who wants to look. He is also a notable case of the success of the Tonal and how his body transformed with it. At some point, he couldn't pay the subscription anymore. No, of course I could pay the subscription. Of course. Guys, I made $4,000 a month. Are you telling me I couldn't pay the subscription? Of course, I got tired of paying the subscription. I told you in multiple videos why I stopped paying. I said I was tired of it. I was being held hostage by things that I didn't use. I didn't use the trainers. I didn't use this. I didn't use that. I didn't use anything. The only thing I used on the machine was eccentric mode. That was it. So why am I going to pay $60 a month for one feature? Of course I could pay it. Spreading misinformation. You want to claim to have watched my videos, but you're spreading misinformation about me. Couldn't pay the subscription anymore, and the machine was not worth it without it. Nope. I told you guys from day one that if you stop paying that subscription after the first mandatory year, you will lose everything. And I told you guys since day one that I was getting rid of the subscription as soon as I could. I told you that in multiple videos. I was getting rid of the subscription as soon as I could after the first year. And the reason why is because I don't need all the things that the subscription offers. I don't need them. I know how to train. All I wanted was the gym on the wall, the small footprint. That's all I wanted from that company. But they forced me for a year to pay, so I did. And I told you guys well in advance, I'm getting rid of the subscription. I told you guys since day one. But you see how people don't know. They want to claim to know, but they don't know. And everything I'm saying is on my channel for you guys to go watch, okay? And in my comments, because I've left hundreds of comments about this stuff. Then he moved to Mexico, and Tonal only works in the US. I think the Speediance makes sense in his case, though, because it's the cheap alternative to Tonal. Yeah, I think it makes sense for that, too. Okay? I think it makes for that sense. But let me tell you right now, if I stayed in the United States, there's a very good likelihood that I probably would have gotten rid of that Tonal when I saw the state that the company was in. When I saw the devaluation of their machines, and I saw that the company was in a bad place, I probably still would have gotten rid of that machine. And the fact that they still force you to pay all that money and don't allow you to have the eccentric mode is annoying, let me tell you. I'm sorry about the background noise, in case you guys can hear that background noise, but I'm just going to keep going with this video. The most controversial thing, in my opinion, is the price of the subscription. $60 a month per household is a lot. Okay, so he agrees that that's the case. I think paying for a subscription makes sense considering all that it includes. Yes, if you don't know how to train, it might be worth it to you, maybe. Or you can buy a Gym Monster and you can get it for free. But of course, he had a bad experience with the Gym Monster. So maybe he doesn't want to go back to the Gym Monster, which is totally understandable. Okay? And new content every month, but I feel it should cost like $30 max. The reason they raised the subscription is because their company is financially underwater. Okay? You're not connecting the dots. They're raising your subscription to keep afloat. Understand that. Does that look like it's a safe thing, a safe company to be going with at that point? You guys decide. I love the programs, which motivates me to keep working out. I've seen changes in my body in just a month and a half. This is something I would not have achieved with Speediance because I don't know the principles of designing a program. And Tonal does that for you. Tonal doesn't, last time I checked, give you any principles of designing a program. Maybe I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, they're incentivized to not have you learn. Because if you learn, you will not use their programs. Understand? So they cannot teach you everything you need to know. I've said this in hundreds of videos already since day one, that you need to know how to train. They will not teach you how to train. You need to learn yourself. They can help you. Here's a program. Go ahead and use it. Speediance is doing the same thing. So I don't see what principles they're teaching you. They're not going to teach you any principles. They'd be fools to teach you anything of value because you will stop paying the subscription. This is something that I would not have achieved with Speediance. They organize monthly challenges. Okay, so does Speediance. Last time I checked. Many people do the same program. If you're into that, whatever. Speediance does that too. I love it. They also have live workout. Okay. You get to know them. They respond in Facebook. So does Speediance, guys. I don't know. Like I said before, the real reason to choose one or the other is the money. Tonal as a product is fantastic. Yes, I agree. And never once did I ever disagree. Infinitely superior. Can you afford it? That's your best choice. Otherwise, Speediance is the way to go, but be prepared to fight against customer service if it fails, the lack of a basic features, and some annoying bugs from time to time. Well, I've seen many people say that they're fighting against Tonal. Yeah. All you gotta do is look for it. Maybe you didn't look for it. Public knowledge, guys. YouTube videos, comments in videos, Google. All you got to do is look for it. Open your eyes. Speediance is not the only company that has problems. All companies have problems. That's why many people decide to use free weights. No problems. Lifetime subscription for free, right? You get everything with free weights forever. That's when Kevin asked me to make this video. So guys, that is what I have to say. Whether you all like it or not, love it or not, hate it or not, Joe's a scumbag, Joe is a nasty liar, Joe's getting paid, Joe's doing this, Joe's doing that. Whatever, guys. Whatever, man. I'm over here trying to help you guys like I did since day one. I've told you guys bad stuff since day one. I was an advocate against tonal since day one, which is why they never used me for anything, which is why they never acknowledged me, because my videos were telling you back when I had horrible videos, worse than the videos I do now. Surprisingly, that's true. You know, I had worse videos where I was telling you, you guys don't need to pay the subscription. Y'all are good. You good? You don't need it. They're going to keep you on a string. Their workout programs are actually slowing your progress. And I've made in-depth videos telling you that. But no one wants to acknowledge it. It's all on YouTube. Okay? My whole journey's on YouTube. So go check it out for yourselves. Anyway, thank you, Kevin. And also thank you, Kyle, for being such fantastic human beings at your core, trying to help others. And thank you, Kevin, for asking me to make this video, asking for my response. This is my response, Kevin. I, Joe, have never had any problems with the Speediance machine. If Joe ever has Speediance problems, Joe will tell you. So far, the company's been great. And it's not a matter of if a problem will happen. It's a matter of when a problem will happen. And when that problem happens, how will the company support its customer? That's the question that I ask. Will Speediance support you? I hope so. Will Tonal support you? I hope so. Will Vitruvian support you? I hope so. But last time I checked, there are so many examples of all these companies, because it's not just about the machine, like some people want to believe. You're marrying a company. Which is why no matter how good the tonal machine is, I cannot speak that highly of it, because the company is not good. Okay? In my opinion. So y'all do your own research. This is my opinion. I think it's been great. Zero problems. I don't have any rust. No circuit boards have broken. All the fraying that people are talking about on the lines in the Facebook group, I have no fraying. I can show you my lines. I went out of my way to look for fraying. Do you know what that tells me? It might be user error. It might be. It might not be, but it might be. You know, I have a fan in my tenant's apartment. When I turn my fan on, I pull the string like this. When she pulls the string, she goes like this. Boing! And guess what I had to do the other day? I had to fix her fan. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Every individual is going to treat their machines differently. And if you treat your machine roughly, or you don't know how to use it right, or you're pulling at an angle that you're not supposed to pull, maybe the cable will fray. Maybe you spilled water on the machine and it rusted. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what it is. But I've seen some people talk about rust. Maybe that has something to do with it. I can't definitively tell you, but what I can definitively tell you is that I am being honest when I tell you this machine has been great to me. The company has been great to me. And I have zero issues with the company so far, zero issues with the machine so far. And at the end of the day, the company is a company. They're run by imperfect human beings who will make mistakes. That whole review thing that I mentioned earlier, I didn't even know that was going on. But now that Kyle brought it out to my attention, well, if that's true, which it seems like it's true, that is wrong. And it should be fixed. The people I've dealt with have been good. Do they have any idea that that's going on? Are they part of that department? I don't know. But I will certainly ask. I will do my due diligence and ask. I will ask them. I will. They're watching this video. Speediance, you're watching this video. How do you respond to the fake reviews? Are the reviews fake? Respond to these people who are asking genuine questions and showing what seems to be genuine proof of this particular issue. Okay? Anyway, I hope this video gives some kind of clarity to the people out there. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you all at the next video.